But
Get to the boat.
you go for like all this stuff. Eventually, Irving himself becomes a boss, and then you get to like these temple areas, and you fight like
Sunshine monsters.
So yeah, the sunshine monsters.
Oh, yeah, Let me explain that one. You're in a dungeon of this place that Dave was talking about, and they're powered by these magnifying glasses on crack that are huge that channel the sunlight to these laser beams. That if you get hit with it once, you're dead. And they've got these people in there, these zombie-looking people in there that are wearing these big-ass headdresses that look like suns.
Right.
So.
But after that, you continue through the area, and then what you believe, like, well, I'm trying to think of what to say. What you thought would never happen happens, and you meet up with Wesker, and you meet up with the Bird Woman to find out that Bird Woman is really Jill Valentine. Jill never got killed, and you actually have a fight with Wesker and Jill, and Wesker, the bitch he is, gives you 7 minutes to fight him. And
He'll give you 7 minutes to fight, and it's no point in really shooting him because he doesn't get hurt at all.
Exactly. Like, he pulls Matrix on you, and then, like, when the 7 minutes is up, Wesker leaves, and then you're stuck there to fight Jill. But you don't want to kill her, so you got to, there's this thing on her chest, and, like, I guess either one, Chris or Sheva, can pull it off, but you got, like, the best way I do it is to, shoot with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, shoot. You have to hit exactly on your killer instantly.
Like, repeatedly hit A to get the thing off her chest, and then like she like, and then she like
That's our junior commentator Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie's practicing for the future, but Jill, like, gets her normal self back, sees Chris, it's all good.
They have their little happy reunion.
Jill tells Chris about how Wesker takes this medicine or whatever to keep his powers or whatever, but if he takes, like, too much, it could, like, really
fuck him up.
Yeah. So eventually, like, Chris and Sheva, like, get back where Wesker's at, and you have, like, another, like, brutal fight. And like eventually, like, what you want to do is to like hurt him to where he's on the ground, and then quickly get someone over there to inject him with his serum.
That took us forever the first time through.
Oh yeah.
We played for like an hour and a half, just dying constantly because he'd go and he'd get up before we could get him, or catch our rockets, or dodge our rockets.
Because it was cool because he was so strong that you would shoot a rocket launcher missile at him, and he would catch it.
And then you have to switch guns and shoot it.
Yeah, what you would want to do is shoot it to where he's like, and then have someone quickly inject him. And then after that, it like shows like a bunch of action command cutscenes, and then like the plane he's on, like something happens.
You run and try to get on the plane.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Wesker ends up just like the tyrant in.
Yeah, because you guys like fall, like the plane crashes in the volcano area
because they hit the abort button.
Oh yeah, and so Wesker has the Ouroboros or whatever, and so now he's like this almighty thing, and so now you're fighting Wesker as the final boss, and eventually it gets to a part where he, like, the rocks beneath him fall, and he's falling into the lava, and Chris and Sheva get onto the ladder and then get themselves onto the helicopter, but then like Wesker comes out of the lava and he has his tentacle monster arms grab a hold of the helicopter, and he's swinging the helicopter and he's like, crash! and Chris is like, oh hell no, and him and Sheva grab rocket launcher, you shoot it right to the face,
motherfucker,
and then Wesker is pronounced dead, and they believe of course, Chris is like, now he thinks he can finally rest with the evil being gone.
Oh,
And
Christ.
that's the end of Resident Evil 5. So, since, we're doing this now, we should mention it that this year, on October 2nd, 2012...
If not earlier,
because they've already changed the date, Resident Evil 6 will...
The next installation in the greatest survival horror franchise out there.
And all that we know at this point is that it has both Leon and Chris in it. The president gets infected by this new virus known as the C virus.
Sherry Birkin makes another debut.
Sherry Birkin is back since Resident Evil 2. And we discovered that Albert Wesker, at some point in time...
Some point between trying to blow up the world, getting infected, and, again, trying to blow up the world a second time, he had enough time to get jiggy with some chick.
Yeah, and we discovered we have his son,
Albert Jr.
We
We don't really know his name, his real name yet, but so far he's Albert Jr. to us.
Right, and yeah, I know. And so, other than that, there really isn't much to tell of Resident Evil 6. So, you got any final thoughts?
Like I said, the Resident Evil franchise has got to be one of the greatest franchises out there. I mean, the top franchises that I can think of are, some people like the Final Fantasy, the Pokemon games. Those are a huge-ass franchise.
Right.
And Resident Evil, those are the top three out there. And these games epitomize, you want a good story that's continuous, a nice, big, long-ass canon story.
Right.
Like the whole Dragon Ball Z story. From has a beginning, it has an end.
Right, exactly.
Hopefully this isn't the end that we're coming up on now.
Now, I have a feeling there's a good chance there might be a few more games, shitload of side games that go along with it.
Now, those of you who sat through this long-ass podcast...
We thank you.
Yeah, we thank you, and we hope with our graphic and sometimes overdrawn description of the Resident Evil games that you'll go out and maybe go buy your own copy and live the survival horror.
Yeah, live the hell that people like Chris and Leon have
and
gone
hopefully
through.
You don't shit yourself.
Like I have! Numerous times.
Now, what about you?
Final thoughts. I've really enjoyed Resident Evil ever since my brother showed me Resident Evil 2 when I was only like 7 years old.
Scared to death of Lisa Trevor.
When Caleb was playing Resident Evil and all that stuff. But after playing Resident Evil 2, I had to do more. I had to get the other games, and I pretty much have the collection. I own like everything of Resident Evil, and I've just one of my favorite franchise. I believe it's my first favorite out of anything.
Same here.
Because out of everything else, because Resident Evil has to even beat Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
because my top 3 favorite franchise is Resident Evil, Dragon Ball Z, and then Pokemon. Mm-hmm. But
well, don't forget Legend of Zelda.
Well, yeah, Legend of Zelda comes somewhere in the 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've really enjoyed Resident Evil, and I'm looking forward for more frills and skills and scares and
shit stains
that come out of all this in the future.
So, in conclusion, I guess stay on VirtualBerry. You'll see plenty of our commentaries of other games
and future podcasts, or even some weird, funked up fan fiction that might appear on the internet one day.
And we're looking towards the end of October to maybe getting a video of Resident Evil 6 up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And maybe even between now and then one of our famous Resident Evil challenges. How's that sound?
Yeah. Try again.
Yeah, after the last one got scrubbed.
We'll probably do it here, though.
Yeah. So, from all of us here at VirtualBerry, thanks for watching. I'm the Doctor.
And I'm Dave Mio.
And we'll see you next time.
See you guys.